Hi, I'm Mike Bellevue. I'm the black powder editor for Guns of the Old West magazine. And today we're going to be taking a look at Cimarron's Model P in .44 Special. This gun is made by Uberti, and of course it's imported by Cimarron Firearms in Fredericksburg, Texas. So let's take a look at it. Cimarron's Model P is a replica of Colt Single Action Army revolver. And as such, it's got the same beautiful lines. Now, this is a pretty close copy, and the way it was developed is that Mike Harvey, who's the president of Cimarron Firearms, sent an original Colt from his collection. It's about a 1905, 1910 vintage Colt Single Action, to Uberti for them to reverse engineer and be able to duplicate. So this has some interesting features. I mean, it is a crossbolt model. You can get what they call the old frame style that would have a screw in, but the one that Mike sent over was after they changed to crossbolts in 96 or 98. But it does have very, very fine sights. And we'll just show you, this baby is empty, so we don't have anybody getting scared. So it's got a very shallow V-groove rear sight, and it has a tapered post front sight. Now if you've got a second generation or a third generation Colt, you'll know that these sight notches are now squared off and pretty wide, and it's a parallel sided, much wider post front sight now, which of course is much easier to see. So this gives you more of the feel for what the old guns were like. This gun came with a regular crescent ejector, but I installed a bullseye ejector rod, which is the earliest type of ejector. I just happen to like those better. And you probably have noticed the grips. These are not sandbar stag and they are not elk. This is European red stag, which is about the size of an elk, but its antlers are denser. They're not quite as good as sandbar stag, but they are very good. And this material came from a company called Elin Hunting, and they provide exotic materials. So you could get your hippo tusk from them or whatever you'd like to have grips made, and then have a grip maker make them up for you, which is what I did. So this one is chambered in .44 Special, one of my favorite handgun cartridges, and let's see what it can do. Well, let's see how Cimarron's Model P does on old Roy. We'll try it two-handed to start off with. He's about 15 yards down range. See if I can hit him. Smoke it. Well, shooting with two hands is fun, but shooting with one hand is more fun. So let's see if we can make Evil Roy jump duelist style. After a while, if you shoot black powder, it doesn't matter how much lube your bullet carries, your action's going to get a little bit gummy. Especially during a match. What I'll do is every few stages, I give it a spritz with ballistol, just spray oil, pure ballistol, and let it kind of work in there a little bit. And I'll wipe off the excess later, and that'll keep her going. Well, now that we've given Evil Roy a run for his money, let's see if we can make some water fly with Cimarron's 44 Special Model P. I've got the 2-liter jug set up about 15 yards downrange, and I'm going to try to bop them one-handed. We'll see how it goes. You know, Einstein said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. And I continue to put multiple bottles up there and have them knock each other down. So what does that make me? Well, just to prove I'm incapable of learning a lesson, let's try a couple more bottles. Well, maybe I'm not completely crazy. Anyway, Model P did the job on those. Let's try a few other things. Well, let's make it just a little bit more challenging, and let's see if we can pop off a couple of 1-liter bottles. Actually embarrassed that I missed that one. Alright, I'm having a pretty good run of luck on these bottles. Let's finish off with some 8 ounces and see if I can keep the string going. One miss so far, not a clean match. I jinxed myself. Let's see if I can get the last one. Finally. Well, we got the claybird rack set up. And I've got the Cimarron Model P 44 Special. And let's see if I can hit it. You know, there are some days when you just feel like you got it, and some days when you don't. And today, I'm a don't. But I'm going to give it a shot anyway, so let's see how I do. I really did feel like a don't, even though I hit everything. I mean, some days I just don't feel like I got it, but luckily, I got it. We'll finish up with the bad guy's view with 44 Special Cimarron Model P.